Action!
Disgust me. Grow up.
Well done! Well done! Hello! Welcome to episode number, what are we? 6?
6, 7 maybe?
7 maybe?
Uh-huh.
That's fucking terrible. I should have known that before I fucking started pressing record. We are back for What's the Script? Movie review this week is Castaway, starring Tom Hanks. How are you, Christopher?
Yes, it's another day in paradise.
Really? That Toll Cross has fucking renamed itself to now, aye?
Aye. Well, we need to kid on, don't we?
Of course
We
we
can't
do.
live in a dystopian future, you see.
Could be worse, man. Could be sunny done to care. I'm the only proddy in the village. Well, me and our couple, it's not so bad. So we took in Castaway this week, folks, starring Tom Hanks. It was released in 2000, wasn't it?
Aye, fucking made me feel ancient, mate.
I know, but even at that, I thought it was 90s, but there you go. And a bit of product placement in this film, obviously.
Aye. Oh, apparently they never took any money for it either.
FedEx.
Aye.
And they won our fucking free advertising for 2 hours and 24 minutes, innit?
Yeah, exactly, man.
Jesus Christ. So, as we say, starring Tom Hanks and Holly Hunt. Is that right?
Helen Hunt, maybe.
Helen Hunt. Or as I'll be referring to her from now on in as the Napper. That's what she's getting called. Because of that fucking big Frankie Fordham. So all my notes that have to relate to her is the Napper. All right?
Heat!
So don't get lost, you've been well warned. So Chris, really it starts off panning in on like open fields, and we come to the first thing I noticed, right, was a crossroads.
Aye, definitely, mate. Goes for this wee farm. A ranch, sorry. Is it Dick and Bettina or something?
Aye,
Dick and Bettina?
that's
Aye.
right.
And that's how you first see that wee wings symbol
Mm-hmm.
that plays such a part.
It's a prevalent part indeed.
Uh,
And it's the wee FedEx fan that's just gone to pick something up for the Bettina Ranch. And it's a young lady in there, and she's doing a bit of iron welding and sculpturing in her barn, isn't she?
Aye. And she's also listening to Elvis.
Yes, again, which is quite prevalent.
Yeah,
So
very.
the FedEx isn't dropping off, it's picking up, isn't it?
It's picking up and it's taking this package to Russia, namely Moscow. And I think this is being sent to Dick, isn't it?
I think he is Dick. He must
He's
be,
Dick.
because he answers the door in a robe with a fucking Russian bride, but he's still got a 10-gallon hat on, you know what I mean?
Aye. I think he's still wearing the cowboy boots, aren't he?
And the wee Russian delivery drivers, ooh, Dick's cowboy, huh?
Aye, and then but it follows the driver again, doesn't it?
Aye.
To a wee cafe sort of thing with he's dropping off another parcel, and it kind of it's a wee boy. Yeah, the wee boy takes the parcel, doesn't he, and runs across Moscow to where we call this the sorting office.
Depot or something, aye, mate. So the wee cafe that the boy gets the parcel for is it right on Red Square, isn't it, man? It's like in the shadow of Lenin, who's obviously just fell for power or taking down the signs and stuff like that. Which is no real bearing on the film, because it's nothing to do with communism or anything like that, but it's just showing you a sign of the times. And the wee boy runs to the depot, where we hear Chuck before we see him, didn't we? We just see the back of him up a ladder.
Aye, fucking emphasising time, be on time, fucking beat the clock. This whole shenanigan. Maybe that's what the whole thing is about. See the Lenin getting took down. Maybe it's like a Russia's opening up to the world sort of thing.
True, mate. Aye, because everything is really prevalent to time, isn't it? I
Aye.
mean, his big war cry is "Do not turn your back on time," which throughout you realise that he's not really practicing what he's preaching. He
Oh,
is
definitely, man.
in the shape of FedEx and his job, and it's number one in his list of priorities. But with life, not so much.
Oh, definitely no, mate. Take time to live, mate. Take time to live.
Yeah, exactly. So what he's got delivered is a parcel that he sent himself of a countdown clock, and it's took him it's took 87 hours for this parcel he sent himself to get from Memphis to Moscow. And he says it's shocking and all that, didn't he?
Aye, which considered, mate, fucking what, 87 hours or something. I've waited there enough a fucking month for this bastard t-shirt. Anybody that's not watching, this is a dodgeball t-shirt.
There you are. Anything you're going to be buying for now on in, FedEx a bastard, do you know what I mean?
Oh, well, this might have been on a FedEx plane and it fucking crashed.
Aye.
But,
so that's it. So the countdown clock in the warehouse is for 3 hours. And it turns out that him and his team, who's obviously over there overseeing, they've got 3 hours to clear the warehouse, set all the FedEx stuff and load all the vans. And they start a wee fucking kind of line and all that, and they get all the vans. They're just ready to go. And somebody runs in and says, "Van, he's stopped, stuck."
Aye. Just before this and all, as the wee boy's reward, he gives him chocolate, a CD player, and an Elvis CD.
Can't be bad, eh?
Nah, exactly.
Fucking when
What did you get for your first delivery?
No, I think I got a 10 pence tip because it was a paper I delivered. You know what I mean? But aye, that's what he gets. A big Snickers. The big Snickers used to be a portable CD player, which is now known as Retro Tech.
Right.
and an Elvis CD, which isn't a bad education if it's going to be your first CD, definitely.
Yeah.
So they find out that one of their vans has been clamped out in the square.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody stops, open up the doors, and they start handballing all the stuff to get it to the airport in time, didn't they?
That's it. Again, emphasising on his thing. Everything has to be on time. There can't be any delays. Wasted time, you know what I mean? Can't be wasting any time.
Definitely no. Which is what FedEx is all about. This is a 2 hour 24 minutes advert for fucking how magic FedEx is. So, Chris, you just said that they never took any money, didn't you?
It wasn't pre-agreed either. It was just we're using FedEx. But I can see why they didn't fucking, like you says, oh, you're not using your name. That's, you know what I mean?
Right. Great advertisement.
No one's going to see this.
Great advertisement. So he phones home, didn't he? And speaks to Stan as well on the way home. And Stan's one of his colleagues for FedEx. And then he just remembers that how did your wife get on with the doctors? And it's no good news for his pal.
Aye, she's the cancer or something, isn't it? Or is that a tumour, isn't it?
Aye, terminal illness of some sort anyway. So
even
though he's asked about it, it's no as high in his list of priorities as it should be as a friend, you know what I mean? He's not just a colleague, he's a good pal. And it's just as a jump to go into the airport, he says, look, I can maybe, give you a number of a doctor that's quite good. And that's kind of, he thinks he's done his bit there.
Yeah.
So after that, we fast forward right to him arriving at the Napper's place of business.
See, is it a nurse? She's not a nurse, isn't she?
No, because she at the end, they never really, even though when he says at the end about, I thought you'd been a professor or a teacher or something like that, but no, she's into some kind of science, I think, but I'm unsure as to what, because when he arrives at her place of business, it's more a lab kind of thing, and she's fucking photocopying like a secretary, you know what I mean?
Exactly, that's what it is. Just one, because it looks like a hospital, you know what
I mean? Aye. And she turns around and that's when you see the napper. She's got her hair tied back, this big forehead. I can only imagine seeing that at the cinema, man. It'd have frightened the shite right out me. If a helicopter was flying by, I'd try to land on it, you know what I mean? And have a wee, she's like, oh, you're home. She's missed him, and obviously he's away more than he's home, and they have a wee jig at the Xerox machine. We need music.
By the way, do you think Helen Hunt's fucking ears are burning now?
Well, fucking, she'll not hear them for the size of her head. The sound will not get by. Fucking her Herman Munster. Do you know what I mean? So it goes to their kind of flat, their house, and it's just panning across the flat, and this is where you see that he's got a certificate for sailing.
Aye, loan sailing.
Loan sailing. You're quite right, mate.
Dirty bastard.
And
that's cheating.
Aye. So after that, they go to bed, and the next thing you know, they're at a big gathering of people round about the table having, I think it's Thanksgiving dinner, isn't it?
Oh, Christmas dinner.
Is it? Because Thanksgiving's like a week before Christmas, isn't it?
Aye, but I think when obviously after it, she talks to her in the car and they exchange gifts. I think he says Merry Christmas as he's leaving.
Aye, it does, but it didn't say whether Christmas was the next day or the next week. Doesn't matter.
Aye.
Do you know what I mean? I'm just being pernickety. I was just looking at what was in the plates of food and stuff like that, and I kind of seen a big glazed ham, and I seen the acorns there, which are kind of prevalent with Thanksgiving. But our American and Canadian friends will be able to tell us more about that, hopefully, if they watch it. So they're having a good laugh. They're with family and friends. Somebody mentions, when are you going to make an honest woman of her?
And it's obviously a subject that often crops up in it. It's like, I points that he's watched. Oh, how long did it take? What did you have?
Aye. We never even got to pudding, never even got pie. That's a new record.
Aye. Brilliant, man. And then his bad tooth acts up, doesn't it?
Aye. It's the first time you notice he's got toothache.
Aye.
But I did say it on the phone before that, I'm going to have to go to the dentist or something like that. But you do see him going like that, wincing, and wee glass of red wine will sort that out, young Chuck. You know what I mean?
Of course.
Do you notice one of the guys at the table, the older guys, because it's quite an elderly group, to be honest with you. But the glasses and stuff, he was a shopkeeper at the Waltons.
Was he?
Aye. I can't remember his name, but he's a nosy bastard at the Waltons. All these people fucking dodging the draft to live up in the mountains, go to his shop. You know what I mean?
Aye, exactly.
Brilliant.
There you go.
So they're having a good time. It's all merry and jolly, and then his beeper goes. And as soon as that happens, Napper knows, didn't she?
He's like Batman with a bat signal with that fucking thing.
And I should also point out, it's at that dinner table is the first time you see that fucking Hochin jumper that he's got, man. And do you know, everybody in the planet Earth at a certain age, mate, would have had a jumper like that. Big woolly motherfucker with zigzags and, you know what I mean? You get one drop of rain on it and it weighs about 97 stone.
I'm no stranger to a Christmas jumper and all, but that one was fucking horrendous looking.
Aye, see, if it was a Christmas jumper, it would have been no too bad, but there was fuck all saying Christmas on it. It was just a jumper. Fucking horrible, mate.
Rancid.
Aye. So it turns out they get into a wee room together. They're packing up his bag. He's trying to work out when he might be back, when he might not be back. She says, please promise me he'll be back for New Year's Eve. Please promise.
Aye, that's where you kind of see that fucking he lives for his job, innit? And they need to plan the life around his job. Which, well, I said to you the other night there, I believe there was mystical forces at hand here. Because this is, it's no way to be living your life, innit?
What? No, definitely no.
So
it's just unfortunate, mate, as we know, that it's easier said than done to fucking work-life balance, you know what I mean?
No, definitely.
It's really hard, but that's what happens. So he says, I'll be back for New Year's Eve, I promise, and all that, but it really can't promise. It really can't. And they get in the car, they drive to the airport.
Aye, and this is where they all started, like I say, is exchanging gifts. She's gave him something that he really likes and all that, and then he's whipping out items that he's picked up at the airport or something, know what I mean?
He's hit her with the fucking the red herrings, isn't he?
Aye. Oh, there's a beeper for you. There's a beeper. And she's like, oh, thanks.
Because you need to know where the fuck I am, you know what I mean?
Exactly. Oh, I bought you these hand towels. You know how you like hand towels?
You love hand towels, mate. Oh, you're never shut up about the hand towels there. And the first thing she's got is the leather binder with the writing, kind of writing set binder thing. And this is all after she's gave him probably a priceless family heirloom. Something
feel meaningful, know what I mean?
But was it a pocket watch, wasn't it?
A timepiece.
A timepiece. I like that better. That sounds a lot better.
What was it? Our granda's pocket watch or something?
So he done something. He navigated something where he sailed with it or something like that.
The Pacific. That's what it is, down the Pacific, where this young man eventually spends a couple of years at.
And funnily enough, the timepiece wasn't that size, because when you flip it open, there's a picture of an apple inside it.
Is this a laptop?
That's a fucking vanity cake. There's a legs on this. Jesus. You can eat my dinner after that.
But it shows you the comparison in it. She's like kind of all in, he's all for it, and he's just picking up whatever he can get at the time.
So we're not led to believe, so's an apper led to believe that she's given this thoughtful gift. He gave her a wad of shite because he's too busy to fucking think about anything else. And then he gets out the car, says, I love you, and walks away. And she just looks at him. And then he stops and goes, and turns back, doesn't he?
And he hands her the keys, which has got his wee trusty penknife, which would have came in handy for what later happens. But he gives her this wee box that's obviously, well, we're led to believe, or she kind of makes us believe that it's going to be this engagement ring that she's been waiting for. But they make this promise, don't open it until I come back.
So she's all fucking, I'm so scared right now and stuff like that. That look, just wait till Christmas morning or wait till I come back, as you say, mate, and we'll open it together. And then he walks away. And then his last words to her are,
I'll be right back.
I'll be right back.
Aye.
And that's him heading to the FedEx plane. So
have you seen Scream? That's always the last words. Anybody that says that, I'll be right back.
Aye, exactly. Fucking right it is, man. So it boards flight FedEx 88. And obviously we don't know where he's going or what he's trying to deliver or something like that, because that wasn't made kind of prominent. It doesn't really matter. And before we know it, it's panning around the aeroplane, and there's a wee bit of, he's sleeping, isn't he?
Aye. He kind of wakes up and he's got it. I think he's got to the toilet, hasn't he? He's got to go to the toilet, but he goes in to see the pilots, and there's a bit of fucking animation happening, shall we say? As
I say, he's sleeping, and there's just a wee jolt in the plane, and it wakes him up. And you say, mate, he looks about, makes sure everything's okay, and goes to the lavvy, which is toilet in Scottish people. Lavvy. It's an abbreviation of the French word lavatory, latod or latrine, latrine, le pipi, and le poupou.
Le kick,
le fire one out. So he goes into the sorry guys, he goes into the aeroplane toilet. He's just washing up, freshening up and stuff like that, and then fucking boom. Before you know it, he's hanging out the toilet door, hanging onto the sink as if he's getting sucked out. So it's been an obvious loss in cabin pressure somewhere, hasn't there?
Yeah, definitely, man. See, that was fucking, see, when I seen that, he's getting sucked up into the air and he's fucking hanging on for dear life for all this. And I was like, that's the fucking watch off skating. Because the watch was lying on an armrest. I was like, right, there's no way that's there.
Because everything gets sucked out, doesn't it?
Yep.
I've never been in a fucking plane crash, but every film we see, everything goes out. And do you ever notice as well in every film you've ever seen, right? If there's a loss in cabin pressure, all of a sudden, all this paper comes for somewhere to get sucked out, as if somebody's been filing behind the camera.
Every time I used to think fucking aeroplanes were stuffed with fucking paper. There was that, you know what I mean?
Exactly, mate.
Paper airplanes. Is that where paper airplanes come to? Fucking. But it's like anything else, I know. Let's see any film explosion. Sheets of paper up here, everywhere.
Aye, exactly.
What I mean?
Exactly. I was going to make comparisons there to some real life things, but I'll know.
No.
Definitely know. It happens in every film. A million sheets of paper. Do you know what I mean? So the plane's in turmoil. It's going down. We know that much. He straps himself back in, and as you say, he notices the watch fucking rattling about. The watch hasn't been sucked out. He's got a choice between the watch and a life jacket, hasn't he?
Aye. It's showing you that he cares for his wife's fucking prized possession sort of thing, rather than his own life. But in doing so, one of the cabin crew comes out to try and save him and gets jutted up into the air and whacks his head.
Oh, what a belter that.
Aye, it is going to be the worst looking head bang I've ever seen. You can see the way the guy's acting and all. He's shaking and all that. And you're going, oh, that was so bad. He's not just stubbed his toe.
Aye, exactly.
You know what I mean?
If he's been taken off his feet, whatever way you look at it through physics, he's either stayed where he was and the plane's fucked him in the head.
Aye,
or
exactly.
the jolts. Either way, you know what I mean? It's enough to... Well, it killed the lassie in Flight, the film Flight, same thing. I think he's a vice captain, actually. He was kind of pally with him, wasn't he? And he comes out and he gives him a life raft, which is an auto-inflatable life raft, which is not yet inflated, obviously. All the while, the cargo's getting shifted, and Chuck's looking at the cockpit window and he can just see the water's coming towards him, isn't he?
Aye, it's just... They're nosediving practically, aren't they? Again, down and down hard. But
it's quite a tense scene, the crash scene, I think, because there's not really a lot of mayday and stuff like that. It's just noises in it. It's just aircraft.
It's realistic, man. Realistic.
Very. So you get kind of pent up.
See, that's what gives me the fear about flying, man. See if shit like that does happen. You're helpless. That's it.
Well, I can't remember what the film was, but they said if this plane goes down, put your head between your legs and kiss your ass goodbye. You know what I mean? I think Billy Connolly said it as well, actually. So the plane's torn apart after it crashes. It hits the water floods in and stuff like that. He finds a wee air pocket for a matter of moments, and he can see that the fuselage tearing apart under the stress of the water and stuff like that, can't he, man?
Aye, soon falls up the water, but then he remembers he's got this life raft. Aye. So he pops that and it's dragging him to the surface, but the wee red bag gets caught. And I presume the wee red bag is full of tools and...
That was his torch and his whistle.
I know, right?
The two things that you must have if a plane hits the deck at fucking 900 miles an hour is a torch and a whistle.
There was no space on the door, Craig. There was no space on the door.
Aye, so it snags on the plane's going down, hits snags, and it's dragging him down with a life raft. But thank God it snaps, and the life raft takes him to the surface in the water. And then the plane's not fully submerged yet. It's then you hear the engine noise in it.
Aye, and it's slowly churning him towards it, isn't it?
Aye.
I mean, at that point, he must have been thinking, what the fuck did I do bad in life? You know what I mean?
Tell you, man.
Trapped in the middle of the ocean and about to be fucking blended, you know what I mean?
Aye. But just before the engine can suck him and his raft towards it, the water gets in it first, and that all breaks up, goes into fire and explodes and stuff. Aye. Once again, that's him under the water again. It's miraculous that how easily that life raft punctured eventually on other things that an explosion fucking never done it.
Indestructible.
So the waves, we pan out. Obviously, the planes went down. He's in the life raft. It's hellish weather. And the size of the waves, man. When it pans out, the further it gets out, the weirder he gets, and you see the size of the waves, man. It's like humongous.
So that film, The Perfect Storm, isn't it?
I thought exact same thing, mate. I've seen that film twice, and true story, obviously. And that's the first thing I thought, because it's like the waves when that wee boat eventually does go down towards the end.
Disappears, man. It's just, I think it's like kind of showing, like, see the cinematography there. Obviously, it's CGI or whatever, but it's like showing you that he's a speck, really, isn't he?
Oh,
it means he's just chances of somebody finding you out there is fucking practically zero.
Exactly, mate. Definitely. And as we say, that whole plane crash scenario was excellent because it was like a kind of less is more kind of thing. I mean, the only better plane crash I've seen in movies was the film with Nick Cage, and he kind of sees the future a wee bit. Knowing, what a film. And the bit he just gets out his car and sees the plane crashing right across him and all that. And I thought that got me, because you see the people on fire and all that, and I was like, oh, Jesus Christ. And the camera was as if it was, do you know what I mean? Like real time.
Like a fucking Cloverfield camera.
Aye, exactly. But anyway, that's another film for another day. So he's obviously passed out at some point, hasn't he?
Aye. And see, right, I know he washes up when he hits rocks, right? But
first puncture.
Aye. And he's not got a repair kit. And he washes up onto the beach, right? My question is, see every film where somebody is lost at sea or whatever, how do they always end up on a beach or on an island? Why did they never get pushed further out to sea?
Aye. It depends. I suppose it depends where you crash, where the waves are taking you. Didn't it, I suppose? But you're right. But it's been a shitey film if they never get washed up the beach, mate. But no, you're right. For the sake of the story, I think it's just one of the things, mate. So he gets his first puncture. He wakes up with a sound of busting on his life raft. It's hit the rocks on his wee island. And as you say, he washes up on the beach. And that jumper looks about fucking 10 stone.
It's just, you just know how uncomfortable that is, don't you? It's just because you know it's just stuck to him.
Full of seawater jumper, man. Absolutely brilliant.
Oh, fucking. And then obviously he's walking on the beach, and he wakes up the next morning and he starts walking along the beach, which again, I despise sand.
Oh, so mate, same. Hate it.
He's walking about with a jumper that's stuck to him and it's ugly, and he's walking about in his socks on sand.
Aye. That's another thing about the sand, mate. See, on films, they wash up on the beach, as you said, all the time, and all the time after it, they've got sand all about their mouth and all that. I'm like, fucking, wipe that away for your mouth.
Exactly, mate. Oh, it ends up voices, man. It's like, fucking, how did you get there?
And he rifles his pockets, doesn't he? And his pager is obviously flooded, and then he pulls a watch out that the napper gave him. And I think that's stoked ticking as well, isn't it?
Aye. And then this is where we see the first FedEx parcel washes up on the beach, innit?
Just muted myself to sneeze there, sorry. Aye, the FedEx parcel start appearing. And then it's along the beach. And I get a wee bit of anxiety about that, I know, because he's left what's left his raft as the tide's coming in. I'm like, I'm going to take that fucking raft away. Get the raft, put that safe somewhere. Into the boxes.
See, that's what I'm talking about. It's fucking. It's just, see the way it's done. It's like they've simplified a lot of this stuff. You know what I mean? And it's just, you're like, oh fuck, don't lose that. You know what I mean?
Aye, definitely. And it's then I noticed his trousers. They look as if he stole his big brother's trousers. They're fucking massive on him. And it can't just be the wetness, unless they were made of fucking, I don't know, kitchen roll or something.
Oh, one sheet is plenty.
Aye, fucking trousers are way down by his feet, man.
Aye.
A pair of trousers that fit you, a stupid bastard. and he starts shouting for help and stuff like that. But obviously, he's on his lonesome.
Right. See, obviously, I wouldn't want to crash landing on the sea and end up on this island, but I think living on a wee desert island would be smashing. Just out there, just not having to listen to the fucking world's problems, man.
I do not disagree with you. However, I think you would tire after a couple of days.
Oh, listen. Oh, you could play with yourself in a hammock and drink coconut. I mean, what else is there? Now, there's a bounty advert.
Exactly. Doesn't know he's got coconut shit, but it's that first night he goes to sleep and he wakes up with a bang. Shouting himself.
Yeah, he thinks there's a fucking somebody on the island running about. Which, by the way, apparently this film inspired Lost.
Lost, that's right.
Aye.
Yeah. Which is, I love Lost. I don't care what anybody says about it. So he's made it through the first night, wakes up in the morning, decides to, well, before he went to bed, he put help on the beach, just in the sand, and half of that's washed away by the time he wakes up. So he decides, I'll get some logs, I'll make a help kind of sign so you can see it from afar. And he hears the bangs again in the bushes. Starts shouting, "Who's that? Who's there?"
Oh, fucking brilliant. No, you'd be so shiting yourself about, wouldn't you?
Of course you would.
You're like, oh, fuck.
Do you know, I hadn't seen this film in that long. I forgot it was a Coconuts. I was waiting on, maybe it was Lost again. I was waiting on a fucking wild boar coming out the bushes or something like that.
Aye. See, it reminds me of a film, I know, I can't remember what it's called, but it's like an American soldier and a Japanese soldier. They end up washed up on a beach.
Oh, aye. I'm not going to get it, but I know what you're talking about. It's a great film, that.
Aye.
They end up
That's what I was thinking.
Working together, didn't they?
Aye. Fucking.
There's no war on this island.
That's what I thought it was going to be. There's some other fucking lunatic on this beach. Know what I mean?
Aye. And there's more boxes coming in by this time as well. More FedEx boxes from the crashed plane. And he's obviously convincing himself that he's going to be rescued sooner rather than later because the boxes are still going to be delivered as far as he's concerned. He keeps all the boxes in his wee shitty campsite that he's made. I say shitty, I don't think I could do any better with what I had at hand, but I know if I'd had a whistle with me and a torch, that would be all I'd have needed, mate. All I'd have needed.
Bear Grylls, eat your heart out.
So he's walking in the water and on. You see his feet are all cut to bits and bleeding as well. And he decides to rip up some cloth and make some shoes for himself. But before that, he's realised it's the coconuts, isn't he?
Aye. He sees the coconuts and obviously tries to open them. It just it's horrible, mate. It shows you, but it just regresses back to caveman, doesn't it? Because he tries to break it with a rock and ends up with like this sharp rock, and you see him like a man possessed. But could you imagine that?
He's obviously looking for fucking you know what? The fucking your lifeblood's in this coconut, in it, because it's only fresh kind of drinking water for miles around, or thousands of miles around probably. But he launches it at the cliff wall. No joy. Then, as you say, he starts hammering it with a rock. Then he's got a jaggy rock that he hangs it against. It's still again a kind of day, and then he kind of makes he fashions himself a sharp rock and starts just scribing away at it, doesn't he?
It's like the old flint fucking axes and all that the cavemen and shit used to use. Know what I mean?
Aye.
It just shows you like just regressing back to caveman stuff. But that's when he goes exploring on the island as well, doesn't he? And he finds a cave, but nothing else really.
He still shouts in it, "Hello." Hello.
Know what I mean? Fucking.
As if Sonny Bean's going to come at it.
Sonny Bean, yes.
Whole family come out and chill him. But he knows the cave's there, and that's when we see his feet bleeding through the water and stuff like that. More boxes are running about, and as you said, he looks up, he sees there's a kind of peak to the island. He thinks, I'm going up there, seen what's there.
He goes up and he sees that it's just sea for miles and miles, isn't it?
Aye,
See
you know-
me, see the sea. I love to see me.
Aye. So then he realises two things. One, he's on an island. And two, him being a sailor, I would imagine that he's noticed the breakers all the way around the island. So there's going to be one hell of a time trying to get through the breakers to get out to sea if he ever gets that far.
Yep.
Which is a shame because he knows he's fucked. But see,
Nice.
coconuts,
Exactly.
right. Only takes him half a day to open one.
That was another wee smart thing they put into this film as well. His name is Chuck Noland.
Uh-huh.
Oh, see, just his his initial C Noland.
Oh, I like it.
I know, mate. That was smashing, by the way.
Aye. And also, it was chucking coconuts. Do you know what I mean? Yeah. I'm as brainy as you.
I know.
I like your one better, mate. Sea, no land. That's fucking quite. That's
I
cryptic.
hope it was on purpose, by the way. I hope it was, man.
Aye. Well, so they are. Well, if it's no, you patent that. You know what I mean?
I'll
You-
patent it.
Patent it. 3 years up by the 25th year anniversary release. You get on that.
Aye,
Bonus
aye.
features is you sitting with your average Joe's gym fucking tap on and your wee Wilson in the background. I hope people are seeing this.
Aye.
There he is. You're gonna chip your horn later and give him a wee touch up.
Aye, that's well. I'll need well, let's say chubbing ourselves here.
Cool. So he's on the peak. He's noticed these two things, and he also notices something in the water, didn't he?
Aye. I don't know if he can tell from up there, but it's another person in it. It's one of the flight crew.
Aye, and I kind of think it's the one that helped him, isn't it?
I think so. Aye, him with the slow heat.
Was he in a chair, but or did he just wash up?
No,
Again?
I think he just washed up.
Aye.
But he goes down and jumps in it. This is how I think maybe he sees him from up there and thinks it's a survivor because he jumps into the water.
His name was Albert. I remember that. But it's even that's quite horrific. The bits you do see his face, he's fucking bloated and blue, and he's not had a wee nibble at him yet for a fish, which is quite surprising.
Well, it kind of puts in that dilemma. Had he not been bloated and obviously spoiled,
Ate him.
would you have ate him?
Fucking right, you would have.
Definitely.
Although he hadn't mastered the art of fire by then. I don't know if he would eat a raw human. But there you go. It's another film as well, isn't it?
Yeah, definitely.
Alive. But gets through his stuff, finds Albert's wallet, his driving license, and a picture of him and his two boys and all that. It's quite sad, quite somber. He then realises that although he's missing, presumed dead, probably never get fun. This guy is missing, presumed dead, but he is actually dead, you know what I mean?
Exactly. Aye. Plus, he realises, I know, that he's been saying the guy's name wrong for all this time.
Aye.
I think he was calling him Alan or something, wasn't he?
Aye, yeah, you're right. Sorry, I forgot to write that down, but you're right, mate. I remember that now. Which again shows you how he's just the words I'm looking for. He was too busy thinking about the wrong things, wasn't he?
That's it. Kind of hammering home that he didn't take time to fucking notice anything. A guy that's mad for time, know what I mean?
Exactly. So he tries on Albert's shoes, and they're too wee for him.
Aye.
And then he buries.
See that bit? That just took me back to Die Hard. So he's like, fucking hell, man.
All the dead bodies in the ocean, and I had to pick one with smaller feet than my sister.
Fuck.
Oh, tremendous.
It kind of broke the tension.
It did a wee bit. Aye. Well, the next bit broke the tension because after he buries him, he says a very few words, and then you next see him lying down with his feet up with the Nikes on, and he's cut the toes at them so they fit. And you're both thinking, clever, but quite funny and all, man.
Yeah, definitely, man. It's fucking uncomfortable.
So he's fun a wee leaf, didn't he? Fun a wee leaf with some water in it.
Aye, it's suits like that, like it's the fucking I don't know. The last of the Iron Brew.
Aye, oh, it's fucking horrible. But this time he's fashioned. He's worked out a way to cup a coconut when he gets into the actual coconut, the furry bit, and bore a hole in it and drink all the milk. He catches the water out the leaves in this and uses them as cups, doesn't he?
The furry bit.
Yeah.
The furry bit.
The furry bit, aye. Because see, if you've not seen this film, the coconuts don't fall the way you win them at the fun fair. They're no furry. They've got an outer shell, and that's what a canny break, man, at the start. This mad green tough shit.
Aye. Oh, I should make fucking boats out of that, or maybe airplanes. I'm not good.
I saved all the bastards. Or they made shoes at them. Christ. So that night he sees a wee blinking light, didn't he?
That's it. The first wee sign of temptation. But I was like, because it goes for a pee, didn't he?
Aye.
Just pees into the sea. Not one fuck given. But I mean, then he sees this wee light. But no, I started laughing at. It's pitch black, right? And he just starts jumping about. Hey!
Oh, I know.
Who the fuck's going to see you?
I think that's just fucking. I think we would all do that, but it's just one of the things. But I mean, I remember reading. You can see a candle, just one candle. You can see the flame of a candle for 13 miles. So you can, the human eye, which is fucking amazing. But in pitch blackness, you can understand probably why you would. So we've no semblance of how far away this fucking boat is, but as you say, it's not within earshot, you know what I mean? He got a torch off the pilot as well, didn't he? That's right. It was one of the things he got off of Albert.
And he starts doing the SOS.
Aye. SOS. Come on!
But the thing with eventually it comes to the morning, didn't it? And the light's still there.
Aye, it's just coming dusk and he can still see the light. He decides to fuck it. I'm going for this. I'm going to try and get over the breakers and what's left of my dinghy, didn't he?
No,
no chance.
With his wee headcloth.
Aye, no, fucking absolutely no chance. He makes it over the first few, and then a big one just fucking puts him back in himself, loses the dinghy. And then another wave comes, shoves him under, and time he gets back to the beach, there's no wee blinking light. Sun's out anyway. There's no way he's going to get noticed, and that's his chance gone for that day.
That's it. Plus, when he gets spun round by the wave, he gets flung onto some coral reef.
That's right.
And it stabs into his leg, which looks awful.
It does. Because it's enough for him to open his mouth wide as fuck under the water. And I was boking at that bit because I could just imagine salt water going into my mouth. He trudges back to the beach with the blood seeping out his leg. When you first see this film, you're like, what's going to smell that blood? What's going to bite him?
I know exactly. That's where my fucking mind went.
He never even thinks of fucking sharks, does he?
No, does he shite?
Does he shite, the bastard? So his wee sore leg, he goes to the cave. He decides to get into the cave, doesn't he?
Aye, because then it ends up a storm, doesn't it? Ends up another storm, so he's in there hiding away from it. And
he finds that the rainwater's come down inside the cave and formed a wee tiny puddle of fresh water for him. And he's fucking delighted at that. As a wee drink.
Toe right into it. And again, like another wee bit of cinematography, it's like as he falls asleep, he leaves the wee torch on. And as the scene kind of fades out, the torch fades out. I think that's like kind of symbolises that his hope is faded as well.
Well seen, mate. Well seen. So his hope's diminishing along with the battery of the fucking torch. You're quite right, mate. And it's the light's going out. It's quite apt in it, I suppose. So we've got a new day. He's getting a bad leg. And he obviously thinks, fuck it, I'm going to bust these boxes open, doesn't he?
He starts finding his survival tools.
So the first thing he finds is a birthday card, which just shows him that life's going on somewhere in the world. But he's no party. And he finds a volleyball, a Wilson volleyball.
Our man.
As well as some ice skates and a lovely cocktail dress.
Would you say that was lovely?
No, definitely no, mate. But he's got a use. He's even then, as you say, like his hopes went out and stuff. He realizes he's got to fucking keep going. So he knows that all these things have got a use.
Mhm.
So he does, which becomes more prevalent as the further forward we go. I mean, even the netting on the dress, he uses that to make a wee basket, doesn't he, for trying to get the fishes.
Aye. Oh, and there's videotapes as well. Videotapes was a thing that movies used to come in, people.
Aye. VHS. Video home something. Can't remember what the standard for VHS. I'm probably not even right about that.
Is it no visual home screening or something?
Aye. Hold on a minute, just to answer this phone, mate. Aye, so he's made a wee fish and he tries to catch some fish and he gets one wee fucking tiny sardine thing, doesn't he?
Aye, Mike's into it, and it's obviously no nice.
No.
But anyway, he sees a crab, doesn't he?
Yes, as he's eating that beautiful little sardine, and he looks down into the beach and he sees a wee crab running towards the water.
Mm.
And then he gets the ice skates and decides to make himself a spear.
That's it. Yeah. But when he catches this crab, breaks off the wee claw, think he's getting crab meat, it just spills out whatever the fuck that is, isn't it? Or is it just...
I think it's fucking horrible. Whatever isn't cooked, it comes out like goo out the crab, but he still gubs it, doesn't he?
Aye, it's fucking minging. But then that's when he gets the idea that obviously he needs fire.
Aye. And he can't get it. Neither he can. And he's trying for... I felt fucking so in the moment there for him. Because daylight turns to darkness. Turns to daylight again. And he's still trying to get the friction. He tries all sorts of ways. He does that, first of all, with a stick, as we probably learnt in the fucking BB and the Scouts. And then you see all the blisters in his hands and all that, and he can't do that anymore. So then, what is it? He gets like a wee trough with 2 bits of bark, didn't he? And puts some coconut, hairy coconut in it. And starts rubbing his spear, which is a spear. It's no a euphemism for anything else, right? Which would be funny doing it that way anyway. That'd be something else.
I've used that gift so many times, man.
Aye. He's obviously shattered, man, and slips and fucking cuts his horn right across the palm open, didn't he, mate?
Aye. And it's the most human reaction ever. It's fucking the sticks booted to fuck. The wee boy, the closest thing to him is the wee volleyball. He grabs it, fucking launches it, and it just screams into the ocean.
Aye. He's fucking losing all hope, the poor guy, man. As you say, the first thing he hands to throw to fuck was the volleyball, still in the box, the Wilson. Just flings it to fuck, doesn't he?
That's it, mate. Fucking, I've got it down here, mate. Wilson is created.
Aye, look, gives birth to Wilson.
It's alive!
So he decides to make a wee plinth for him. Takes him out the box because obviously his bloodied hand has imprinted on the volleyball and it looks exactly like your wee one up there behind you.
Oh man.
Doesn't he say much, but what a character he is. What a character. And you can see that's
the wee cheeky.
The wee cheeky face though is. That's his bloody handprint. So he says to Wilson, want to have a match, would you?
See, I'm not doing that at all. Is that having a loss in his mind, or is he just try to keep saying?
I think it's a latter, mate. I think you've got to. Aye, I would need interaction, and if you can't find it, you make it, don't you? Because the worst realization is being alone, I think. So any semblance of fucking company would be greatly appreciated, and obviously incorporates that into this wee bar, and that's his pal. That's his pal.
They actually wrote dialogue for Wilson, I know. See, for Tom Hanks to
answer back to
act better, aye. But they also played with the idea of good Chuck, bad Chuck.
Oh, right, I see.
But it's even, I read that and I was like, I just get to see the image of, how in Spider-Man,
Aye.
where he's talking to the fucking goblin mask. I was like,
Aye.
That's been done, lads.
It has. But don't be wrong, if anybody could have done it again, Hanks could have done it.
Definitely.
Obviously, there was a parody on Family Guy, The Castaway. And we'll not say about Peter decided to stay with Wilson. Well, son.
Oh, fucking.
But after he's still trying to get this fire, he asks Wilson, he says, "You want to have a match, would you?" And then we get a wee bit of smoke.
A wee bit of hope.
And again, like you said, with the torch, the light going out, him finding fire, the light coming up, it gives him such a fucking boost in it, such a high, man. He's just, he becomes a pyromaniac overnight, doesn't he?
He ends up on this big, massive fire on the beach, doesn't he? He ends up with this big, massive fire on the beach. Fucking, I am the Lord of Fire!
Turns to the ocean. Look what I have created. I have created fire. At first, I thought he was singing Ruby Doo, I want to be like you. But obviously, it wasn't. It was just me.
Apparently, he sings fucking The Doors. Come and light my fire or something.
Oh, right. Okay.
That's what he's saying, but I can't really hear it.
I need to watch it back, man.
Aye.
So he's got the fire and he's cooking the crab, man. And when he finally gets a cooked crab, it's like I don't know, caviar. It's like the best thing he's ever ate in his life.
Aye.
And he tells Wilson as such.
Oh, you got to love crab. You've got to love crab. Like, what?
Says to Wilson as well, says, just in the nick of time. I don't know about you as if Wilson's been eating coconut. But another bit of that coconut would have drove me insane or something like
that. Aye, it's a natural laxative.
Aye. And then it's wincing his tooth again. So he is, man.
Aye.
So he tries to work out where he is as well in between this, doesn't he?
He starts drawing on the wall and stuff.
Keep his mind
where
active.
He's Rickenden. That's what he says to Wilson. What is it? The area they're going to be searching is like the size of Texas.
Aye.
He's like,
Twice
they
the
may
size
never
of
find
Texas.
us. Aye. They may never find us. And then the storm, like, and it's just at Wilson's face.
Aye.
For fuck's sake.
Mental, man. So he tries to work out where he is. Obviously, fucking twice the size of Texas, you said. 500,000 square miles or some shit like that. But he's working this out and he's doing Pythagoras theorem and all that. I'm fucking hell, mate.
Exactly. Fucking. Well, maybe that's the old sailing thing. Maybe that's the old sailing brain.
Probably.
I wouldn't have got that far.
No. So the tooth has become unmanageable by this time and he decides it's coming out. Oh.
Could you have done it? I think I'd have found some other way to do it.
Oh, I don't know. Toothache's fucking one of the most underrated pains known to man. I think I would do anything to get a toothache because during lockdown there, I broke my teeth and stuff and my teeth were rotten and everything was shut, so I couldn't get them fixed. And I was in my bed, a 40-something old man greeting with the pain, you know what I mean? It's horrible. So I think I probably could, although the way he does it, mate. Oh,
that's what I mean. There's got to be a different method.
I don't know. I think he's just wanting the one try fixes all kind of the method. So if you've not seen this film, Troops, he's got I put it on the socials anyway, this wee clip. He turns the ice skate upside down and points the blade right into the affected area and it's just touching the tooth. So he's holding that there. Then he reaches for a rock, doesn't he?
See, it's just the ice skate isn't a precision tool, is it?
No.
So I'm thinking if he hits this too hard, what else is getting cut?
Aye.
So to speak, you know what I mean?
Aye.
That's what I was like, there's got to be another
his
method.
mouth and the fucking tongue and everything's coming out, man.
That's it.
But see the most wincy bit about this? See when before he picks the rock up, hear him just greeting as if I'm going to have to do this. I'm doing this. Just goes, grabs the rock and then goes, car, fuck you.
And it flies out in spectacular fashion.
Did the tooth fly out? Aye.
Aye, it flies out.
Oh, I never noticed that bit, mate. I just noticed the blood, and obviously the pain was such that it passes out.
Aye, it passes out. Fucking lying there like a dead body.
Because there you go, as you say, mate, that it wasn't the most precision instrument. So for that just to knock a whole tooth out, you're like, fuck off. It just shattered it. You know what I mean?
Aye, that's it.
It looks fucking horrible. So he falls back, bloodied mouth, right next to the fire, and passes out.
Aye.
Then before you know it,
aye, we've got 4 years later, you see, and he's far better at surviving.
4 years later.
Fuck's sake.
Aye.
Oh,
Well done. Well done. So 4 years later, I just grew this in 10 seconds.
I'm actually low here, I know. Beard and hair have grown.
You just see a fish swimming in the sea, and the next thing you know, a big fucking harpoon comes into it.
Aye, he's clearly more proficient at his fucking survival game now.
He speared this fish for about fucking 15 feet, man.
Aye. But that's also the thing as well. See all that hair and the beard and stuff? It's all real.
All right, okay.
It's all because when they started filming this, Tom Hanks stopped keep himself fit, so he got like chubby like an average person. You know what I mean? And then see after it, they postponed the filming for a year so he could lose all that weight. And then in that year between that, the director was filming What Lies Beneath.
Right.
With Fordham.
I like what you're saying here. I'm just stroking my beard looking at you.
It's good, it's good, that.
It is. There's a strange comfort to be had. See, my beard just comes in fucking white and jaggy, and I can't let it go to this bloody length, but I'm going to have to take it off, guys, because it's steaming up my glasses. But if you're ever interested, you can get these online, and it is Emergency Beards, right? Product placement, and it says on the back, carry a beard at all times for instant growth. Sealed for extra freshness. And you've got your ginger beard there. You've got your black beard for any pirating nights that come along. And you've got your castaway, which is what I've went for there, which is your brown beard. So, Emergency Beards.
Get yours today.
Get yours today. Do not leave home without them. I've been caught hundreds of times out and about fucking choking for a beard.
Aye, there's all these stupid people out there like stroking their chin and they've not got a beard.
So just for a bit of fun there, I couldn't have kept it on, I couldn't see. So he's also fashioned a calendar with the light coming in the cave. It hits a certain spot and it goes round in a figure of 8 as the year goes round, and he's worked that out. And I think that's fucking mad ingenious stuff, you know what I mean?
Aye, definitely, man. It's impressive to say the least.
We've still got the VHS tapes lying about.
Aye, he's used some of the tape into for various things. But
I've not watched them, fuck's sake. And he's looking at Wilson, and there's just the silence is broken by him saying to Wilson, "Shut up."
Wilson's seen better days than all, by the way. He's grew fucking hair and everything.
He's a wee bit dirty, and obviously that's 4 fucking years later. He's got some coconut hairy hair.
But with him telling Wilson to shut up, it's actually a sound from outside, isn't it? Some news washed up on the beach. It's just it's a big chunk of metal, isn't it?
Big chunk of perspex. Whatever's left a portaloo, which in America is called a porta potty, where you go to do a whiz or hit the head, porta potty, or take a shit. How do you take a shit? I don't understand. Americans, you say, "I'm going to take a shit," as if you're going to a shop that has shits in it and you've got to take one. You know what I mean? You're going to have a shit. They're going to take a shit. Same or not. Same when you tell people, "I'm going to write to you." That's how you say it. You don't say, "I'm going to write you." You're going to whip me? You're going to write me? How? You're going to use me as a fucking pen? I don't get it. Go and take your shit. Sorry, Trips. Half in tangents.
There's the French and the Americans go to.
Aye. So, sorry.
Portaloo.
Do a little jobby. So he's found this quarter of a porta potty, and he sees it as a sign, didn't he?
Aye, this is it. It's time to escape. Because he's got it sitting up to begin with, right? And he's just looking at it like a caveman. But then the wind catches it. And then it kind of, he gets it in his head that it's like a sail. It catches the wind. And it'll probably take him out of the breakers with it.
Aye, and that makes his mind up, because obviously he's still got the sailing expertise in the back of his head, and knows if that catches the wind, I've got a chance to get over the breakers and get out to sea. So immediately sets about collecting all the logs he can, wants to build a raft, and strips all the bark as well to make rope, which is pretty ingenious as well.
Yeah, definitely, mate. All the while he's talking to Wilson.
Aye, and he mentions time to Wilson as well.
Aye, that's it. Aye, the perfect time to leave. And it must be for the weather and stuff, I reckon. Eh?
Aye, because I took it as his wee calendar. He knows exactly when the kind of winds are going to hit, where they're going to come from.
The
storms, the best
stuff.
Boost to get up and out. You know what I mean?
Aye. But eventually, he's stripped all the trees and he runs out of rope. And he's talking to Wilson.
Aye.
We need 30 feet of rope.
Falls out of him, didn't he?
Aye. it's I'm not going out there. And then he throws him at the cave, didn't he?
Aye, he throws him at the wee hole in the cave and then goes, "Oh, where's that?" Runs out, thinks he's lost him.
Aye. Oh, fucking brilliant.
But he finds him anyway.
Aye. Brings him back in, and obviously for the seawater, a bit his face is washed off.
So what we don't know at that time is he needs more rope. He's stripped all the bark he can get, but Wilson has says to him, "What about the rope that you know about?" Aye. And he's like, "I'm not going back up there."
Aye.
And the next thing you see is he's at the top of the cliff again, and he's pulling up a rope, isn't he?
Yeah, he's pulling up this rope, and it's got like a log attached to it, and you can clearly see it's a noose. Right. So obviously he's contemplated suicide, and the time he's been there. Mm-hmm. But but they kind of light up again, don't they? He's down there talking to Wilson, and obviously Wilson's like, "I told you when you took your weight, you should have done a test on me." And he's like, "I know, you're right. Shut up."
Aye. So he wanted to kill himself, but he wanted to hang himself. He didn't want to jump off the cliff and smash into the rocks. You know what I mean?
Aye.
So that in itself tells you that although he was at the depths of despair, he never went through with it, which was great. So gets the dead weight up that he tried the tested way, and gets the rope obviously, and starts getting into this life raft. So the next thing you know it, the weather's turned him to it.
That's it. He's waiting on the right time for the winds to change. Mm-hmm. The raft's all ready to go and stuff, and he's just putting the wee finishing touches on it. Until he's painting the wings onto his sail, but he's still not opened the package, the FedEx package with the wings on it. No,
and before he goes, he has to leave his wee Chuck Nolan was here.
Aye.
On the rock.
Aye. Like, I mean, I know why he's doing that, right? But I was like, thinking to myself, nobody has been there in 4 years, mate. Who's going to see that?
Aye. It's as if the world are eventually going to find this wee island, but at that time you've left, and it just shows that you were there. But again, it's something for his own sanity, isn't it? I'm leaving my mark here. Hopefully, if he does hopefully if he makes it, he can come back there one day, you know what I mean? Yeah. Which is quite good as well. But he does that, and he fashions a wee plinth at the end of his raft for Wilson and ties him to it. I mean, he's the head of the boat, which I always thought was precarious, to say the least, no matter how good he was tied in. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, he tied in with fucking, well, you know how it's tied in with videotape, isn't it?
Aye, so Wilson's tied on with videotape, you said there, mate, isn't he, on his wee plinth?
Aye, because you're saying it's not really, it's precarious anyway, but remember how fucking delicate videotape was?
Aye, exactly. Because I thought he'd have had him next to him at all times, but he's kind of like the figurehead of the ship, like it used to be like a mermaid on the old pirate boats and all that kind of stuff. But he's up there fucking taking the brunt of everything, man. Or maybe he's that far gone that he thinks Wilson's a lookout or something. I don't know.
Aye. But the wind changes into it.
Aye.
And he sets off tackling these fucking waves.
He's made a brilliant wee jetty, I know, hasn't he?
Aye.
Slide it into the water sideways and all that.
Aye. But he comes up to these the breakers again, doesn't he? And releases his secret weapon. Le Portelou.
That's quite ingenious, man. I mean, he gets by the first few, then there's a big one coming and he thinks, no, I'm doing this one, I know, and he gets at it. But he realises, as you say, the next one's the biggie. And as soon as the big wave's about to hit and tap him, he just releases his sails, they flip up like that, the wind catches them and takes them up and over, and he's out to sea. He's happy that he's escaped and all that, but he looks back on the island, doesn't he? Aye, a wee fondness, didn't he?
Aye, and it's a wee sad moment because the island just kind of disappears into the background and all, like it never existed, doesn't it?
Aye. He looks back as if to say, I turned that cooker off.
Do you imagine that going, oh, you bastard, Wilson, we need to go back, how?
Aye, but it's a good, I mean, although it was the object of his fucking peril, it was also his saviour, the island as well. You know what I mean? Which was great. So he's out to sea, and he's past the breakers, starts rowing and rowing and rowing. Doesn't really know where he's gone, I don't think. But then you think to yourself, when he does see some sunshine, he's maybe knows where he is, north, east, west kind of thing, being a sailor.
But he's still rowing through the night, isn't he? And then this is when the big whale's coming.
He just hears the blowhole. This is in the dead of night, and he realises he's not alone. But the whale comes up, didn't it? Just gives him
look. It's like fucking, just like, see me walk through the ring bit of tune. The fuck are you doing here? Where are you from, mate?
Aye. So, but I just seen it as a good thing. It's just a wee acknowledgement. Hello there, fellow fucking living thing and all that. What you doing out here? But keep going, you know what I mean? It's a sign of life. You know what I mean? But and then the next thing you know, he's out spearing fish again.
Aye.
Big red snapper.
He's fair. He's adept at keeping himself alive, this guy.
No half. And then the weather turns again for the worse. That's
it. Back to this storm. But it wrecks his wee raft in it. It's lying in bits. He loses the big metal sail. The wings have fucking took off and left him.
Aye.
But as he's lying there past it, Wilson on his wee stand, he's just bobbing in and out of the water.
Aye, Wilson just quietly falls off while his back's turned and having a bit of sleep. Just starts bobbing away, and then he wakes up, doesn't he, and realises. Well sad. Well sad. He's behind him at this time. It's a brilliant shot, man. He wakes up in despair, and then he doesn't realise that Wilson's bobbing about behind him. It's fucking great. But he eventually turns around and jumps straight in the water, doesn't he?
That's it. No giving a fuck about sharks or anything.
No. And but he's not in the water long. I think he's about 10 feet from the boat when he realises, shit, my raft.
That's it. And he tries this wee bit of rope onto his hand, doesn't he? And tries to get to Wilson, but he's
just too short, man.
Aye. And
the tide's pulling the boat away.
That's it. It's like being given a choice in it. It's like, let this go, or lose your life sort of thing. Choose life or whatever.
It's fucking heavy emotional, that bit.
I know, you're like, it's a fucking sabah.
Aye.
It's a shite ball.
Aye. But to him, it's not in it, no. It's just, it's then you get the full appreciation of what that wee shitty bit of leather meant to him for 4 years. He was quite prepared to fucking risk his life to get it back, but he knows he can't. he makes that decision. It's fight or flight, and
that's it.
And it breaks his heart, man. It's fucking very emotional.
I don't. The wee boy just disappears the other time, doesn't it? It's the music, I know. The music's sad as fuck.
Aye.
Fucking bastards. I know what they're doing there.
Bastards.
Stop playing with my emotions.
Aye. So that's kind of almost as if all hope's gone. He's drifted again without Wilson. We don't know how long for after he's lost Wilson, but he just seems sitting at the edge of his raft with the oar in his hand and just he releases it. He releases the oar.
Defeated, didn't he? That's it. Gave up, sort of thing.
And he kind of decides to just lay down and die, didn't he?
That's it. Obviously, he's laying there. We pan back to him, and he's laying there. And obviously, a big tankard ship's passing him by in it.
But something's trying to wake him up before the ship.
The whale shooting the water on it for his blowhole.
So if, like you said, you kind of looked at this from a spiritual point of view.
Aye.
I talked about spirit animals in my other podcast weeks ago, and I like to think that whale was underneath all the time, just watching him, seeing where he was, seeing how he was going and all that, and he realised that he was going to sleep through the boat. Wake up, you bastard. And then a big tankard, and just he looks up with an outstretched hand. And it's the first time I noticed. I didn't remember from watching it originally, but you notice the people up at the captain's deck are actually, they see him anyway, didn't they? They're looking down as if they can't believe what they're fucking looking at. Something like a fucking novel, you know what I mean?
Aye, right out of fucking Pirates of the Caribbean.
So then it pans back to Memphis, and Napper gets the phone call.
Fucking aye, she's on this phone call.
All the new haircuts in the world will only describe the Napper.
Aye.
Only hide the Napper, sorry.
Aye, so she's on the phone, and the next thing, she fucking, obviously somebody tells her the news, and she faints. Aye. But as she faints, you get a shot of your new family.
Aye, pans round to her man and her daughter, and her man's played by Big for Sex and the City.
Aye.
Who Mrs. Bruce likes to refer to me as. No Big in that way, just Mr. Big, you know what I mean?
You forget the next bit. You big fanny.
You big bastard. So, all intents and purposes, he has been rescued. Hurrah! And it's 4 weeks later, just like that.
That's it. And he's on this plane, isn't he, with his wee work colleague.
Aye, I put there, on a plane, question mark. I want to be fucking want to go on any plane after that, man.
Oh, aye, definitely, man. Fucking, you would avoid them.
It's his wee pal for the start, isn't it? It's
that's it.
What's his name again? Stan.
There's another wee nod here to another film. He gets a cup of ice, and he gets a Dr. Pepper, which he was fond of in Forrest Gump.
Forrest Gump, that's right. Dr. Pepper and 2 cups of ice.
Yep.
And then he goes, I do like ice. Not a bit of product placement there.
Definitely.
It's Stan, isn't it? It's his pal whose wife was dying before he left.
Yep.
And he learns that they had a funeral for him and stuff like that, and the kind of jokes light about it. What did they put in the coffin and all that?
Aye. And Stan also tells him that Kelly has moved on, sort of thing. Well, that's full head's fucking name, Kelly.
Napper.
Aye. Just in case we're going, who the fuck is this now?
Napper Kelly, that's her gang name. He apologises to Sam. I'm saying Sam. He apologises to Sam there. He says, look, I wasn't there for you and all that. I'm truly, truly sorry. He could have been a better friend before he left with regards to his wife and all that, but he was too busy prioritising his time wrongly. You know what I mean?
That's that. Definitely, aye. And that's how you kind of, it's like a changing character, isn't it? He's not taking time to appreciate life and appreciate fucking other people's stories and stuff.
Aye. And obviously he lands, they've had a press conference and all that, and they've had the bunting out for him because he's like a national hero and shit like that. But he's not interested in that. So we miss all that, but it's happened. And you just see him coming back into the kind of airport lobby bit, and that's where we meet Mr. Napper, husband. And
he comes out and he's explaining to him how this is hard for Kelly and how it's hard for everybody, you know what I mean? But
do you know what I thought was quite shite? The way the writers fucking wrote him in as it was a friend of his dentist he was meant to go to. And his name was Spalding, which is another make a sports ball.
Exactly.
I was like, you're fucking don't be dicky about it. They just said that he met her in her time of need, didn't he call it? Aye, I knew your man's dentist. They referred me to you. I'm an orthodontist.
See, again, what somebody pointed out to this, right? The age of Kelly's daughter, right? Now, he's been missing for about 4 years. So, see, given the age of that child, she gave it 6 months before she was back out again. Know what I mean?
Fucking cow.
See,
Napper shall not be referred to by her Christian name any longer. Right? It'll either be Boot Napper or Napper.
But there you go, mate. So somebody worked this out. It was like 6 months before she was back out on the tiles.
Exactly. Hey, he's away. Woohoo! Took that fucking jumper with him. Woohoo! But see, Napper's, see her husband, right, comes in, just says, look, more or less, she's sorry, she's not ready to see you and all that. That's him, isn't it? It's not her. He's kind of convinced her not to get in, and he'll talk to him.
He's covering himself, isn't he? But once the guy leaves, you see Chuck. He looks at the window and he sees Kelly anyway, and she's sitting greeting at the motor and all that, isn't he?
Aye, but she's wanting to get back.
Aye.
That's why I think it was him. Aye. So, look, you're better not get in there. Which is another dicky move by him.
Definitely, mate.
Fucking Lothario fucking orthodontist cunt.
But it goes to Chuck's. Is that a hotel room or something he's got?
Aye. See, before that, but sorry. See, when he's looking at the window and he's looking at Napper and her man, how many fucking FedEx airplanes are there?
I know.
Is it FedEx Airport? Fucking hell. It's as far as I can see, I shit you not. And either side's perfectly symmetrical. Like, if you were to go over the brow of the horizon, there'll just be mere fucking FedEx planes, you know what I mean? There's never a plane in the fucking air. Anyway, that's just a gripe. To get some fucking deal out at FedEx, I'll tell you.
Oh, definitely.
So they go to a hotel room, mate. Sorry, I cut you off when you go.
I went to this hotel room and it's all his colleagues and all this, and they're all having this big shindig for him, having him back.
Shindig.
And obviously they all start leaving and stuff.
Back, Chuck.
But his wee pals like that said, why tomorrow we bring you back to life and fucking get you back to work and all that. You're like, that's the fucking last thing you want to do. You know what I mean?
Aye. I think he's
like fucking isolation, and then I'll be back to work in a month, mate. Like, fuck off.
Aye. I will need to be back to work for you. Did you seek medical advice during your absence? Dr. Wilson, you bastard. But they're all leaving anyway, and he turns back around and he's in this hotel room. And the remnants of the spread are left, the buffet. And quite a lot of seafood, which I'm fucking pretty sure he didn't touch.
Yeah, exactly. That's I was going to say that. It's like he's got, and he's seen all the luxuries that he struggled for on this island, like the crab and then the wee lighter thing. And you see him, when you just click a button, fire.
Aye.
And just see his reaction, just like shakes his head.
Aye. And the world's biggest crab.
Aye.
Do you know what I mean?
Aye. But, size of the things, man.
Oh, that's the things that ate Amelia Earhart, isn't it?
Aye, apparently, aye.
Oh, fucking hell. Imagine waking up and getting eaten alive. Oh, look into it. Amelia Earhart crash landed on a desert island and all. Look it up, guys. So that night, it's night time, obviously, he's gone to sleep. and you just see his bed that's nobody's lying in it, and the light's going on and off, and it's him on the floor. He's got his pocket watch with a picture of an apple, and he's just doing what he done in the cave, isn't he? With the torch, just turning the light on and off, just fucking obviously regressing back to 4 years past, man.
Yeah, and I think it gives him that's what kind of sets him up to go, right, fuck it, we need to get this in and done with, sort of thing. Get this spoke about.
Definitely. So he turns up at Napper's house, doesn't he?
Aye. She's got a normal sized door.
Fucking lollipop shaped door. Castel de Naper. So he gets on our porch. Do you know, it's probably no right, but do you know, I think this looks like his home in Alabama in Forrest Gump.
Aye.
Like ranch, it's out in the opening on it. It's probably no, but I just seen it as that. Anyway, gets onto the porch, and he's just struggling with himself to press her bell, isn't he?
Aye, I don't think he's going to press it. I think he goes to press it and then decides against it. But obviously, she's waiting up because she's obviously got the same kind of feelings. Know what I mean?
No closure the two of them. You know what I mean? But she does say when he just opens the door and says, "I seen your cab," and gives me a big tuddle.
And he invites him into the house. And it's he goes, see when she goes, "I'll get you a towel." I thought she was going to hand him the hand towels he bought her. Like, I've no used them.
Yeah, fucking ram him right up your ass.
Aye,
but
you're funny.
Aye, exactly, man. Fucking brilliant. That would have been funny, mate. You used to fucking wrote this. Tell you, your hand towels there, still in a ribbon. Barras, fuck's sake. Everything's designed for him getting from the porch into her hallway, into her kitchen. Everything's designed to just go boom, boom, boom to him. That she's got a new life, she's married, she's moved on, she's got a kid. See the fridge door opening?
Aye.
Fucking right in your face. Her last 3.5, 4 years of memories in photographic form.
That's it, mate.
Like, fuck's sake, man.
Aye. Because I think he goes in there with the intention of saying, "Aye, fucking, I still love you" and all that stuff, and let's run away together. But I think we've seen all that. He kind of sees like, "Nah, I'm destroying another life here," sort of thing.
Aye, it does say I should never have got on that plane. And she takes him out to the garage and gives him his car back, doesn't she?
Yeah. And he's good, mate. And he finally gets his keys back with his penknife. Yeah, you see him fling it open and he's like, "That could have been fucking handy."
Aye. I could have bored wee holes and coconuts with that.
Aye.
But they have a right good, big, passionate winch, didn't they?
Aye. The old flame still burns bright.
Aye, but again, it's all for closure. He gets in the car, drives away in the rain. She runs after him. He comes back. She gets in the car, soaking wet. They kind of have another hug and kiss. And you think they're just about to drive away together.
Aye.
And he just looks down and then turns to her. And she says, didn't she? The napper says, and then it was only nappers can. I need to go home.
Aye.
And it's,
that's that fucking that music again with the rain coming down.
aye.
Getting you in the fields. Getting you in the fields.
But he apologises to her as well. He says, "I'm so sorry."
Aye.
I can see. Apologise to Sam. You know what I mean? It's
aye. Because when they're in the house to begin with, see, instead of talking about the elephant in the room, so to speak, he just starts talking about stupid subjects. Know what I mean? Just to put it off, sort of thing. That's why I think she runs out. It was like we didn't actually talk about it, sort of stuff. But obviously he's wide enough to know that. Nah, if you leave, it's wrecking your life in two lives, whereas he just takes shoulders just his life getting wrecked in it.
Exactly. It's at this point I know I was expecting the ring to get the ring back, but
I never see it.
Cow found it.
You
know what I mean?
Fucking, I just punted it.
And then you're saying as well, right, about the timeline for him going missing to her getting him pregnant, right? What's the last thing she says to him? And I always knew you were still alive.
Aye.
I wrote next to it, did you? Aye. Your legs didn't fucking know, did they?
Yeah, that's stop out.
Spread like Lurpak, your boot.
But aye, so he goes out to his pals, doesn't he, Sam's?
Aye.
Which is another brilliant scene, man, because it's just one continuous
single shot, camera pan, monologue, fucking excellent, mate.
And it's just kind of like, well, what I say to you, I think this is like fucking God manipulating this guy's story to teach him something. And he kind of sounds that out, like he lands on that island, gives up hope and all that, and she's the one thing that kept him gone. Then he comes back and he's lost her away again, sort of thing, because she's moved there. They've moved on, sorry.
Aye. See, when he says that, I've lost her all over again. You see his eyes just welling up with fucking tears, man, and I was sitting there fucking welling up for him. And he's telling Sam about about how low he felt and he was going to kill himself. And like you said as well, it's as if on a spiritual plane, it's the only way his God or your God that you're choosing could have made him change his ways. Is going through all of that. And not because he was a bad man, just because his priorities were the right way around.
That's it.
And
definitely
it makes you look at yourself.
Aye.
Yes.
I just thought there was just a lot of things in it, mate, that's kind of sent it that way.
Exactly.
It's the first time I'd kind of seen it, you know what I mean, in that way. But
I would, and for a family man, there's billions as like it. I mean, I would love nothing more than to stay in the house more than I do. I would love no have to be able to do overtime, but I need to. If I don't do overtime and I don't work, then we don't have the other things. But if I stay off and all that, we don't have the other things because I can't pay for them. It's just, it's a double-edged sword. The fucking society's got us fucked, man.
But it says he's been given this chance, and it's just to keep going because you don't know what tomorrow brings and all this sort of stuff. So he goes back to work in it and he starts delivering the packages that kept him alive on this island.
I mean, his final words to Sam was like, I've got to keep breathing because tomorrow the sun will rise. You know what I mean? You're like, fucking, you know, blows you away. But is it, he's back at work, but is it, it's just that one package you kept, is it though?
No, there's other ones there. Aye, because the volleyball is in the passenger side seat and all that.
That's a new one. That's a new volleyball.
I know, but that's, I mean, I think
he's
replacing the items and going to deliver them all.
So, there you go, mate. That went right out of my fucking head. Sorry. I just thought it was buying kind of comfort items that he had on the island, you know what I mean? I had no semblance of that at all. Yeah. Wow. And I thought he just kept that one package to deliver, and if he'd done that, he'd done his job kind of thing. But no, well done, mate.
That's my thinking again. Is like, see, he's obviously seen them as a sign because they get sent them to keep him alive. So they're taking these items to where they're supposed to go. Is it the next part of his journey, sort of thing?
Cool, mate. Well done. See, this is why you're the fucking guru, man. I'm no.
The guru.
It takes him to where we started, Dick Bettina's Ranch, doesn't it?
Which no longer has Dick on the sign.
It's just the Bettina Ranch now. Well spotted, mate. I was going to say that, but you fucking jumped in and beat me tater, bastard. Only kid, man. But there's nobody home, and the first thing he notices, he looks out the backyard, and there's the big sculpture of the wings, isn't it?
Aye.
The FedEx wings, man. Brilliant.
Aye. And he's looking for the person that lives there, but obviously they're no in. So he writes a note. This package kept me alive, and
aye, thank you. Leaves it at the door, and then goes back to where it all started, the crossroads. Do you know what I mean? Because now he's got another decision to make. It started out at the crossroads, even though he wasn't there, but it ends up at the crossroads, and then the lassie sculpture comes back while he's just sitting. You look lost.
Aye. She's telling him where everything is, sort of thing. Go that way, blah blah blah. And he's like, "Oh, thanks." And but another wee nod. She goes, good luck, cowboy. A wee nod to his Woody character.
Fucking well done again. See?
See?
You've got a sight. You've got a sight about you. You see things.
Street people.
You're like Tyrion Lannister. You drink and you know things.
But he's sitting there, he's still at the crossroads sort of thing. And like the theme of this film, like I say, is he's been sent signs. He notices the wings on the back of her truck, and it's gone that way. So it's, and the way you see the shot, he's in the crossroads. Do you follow the sign, or do you just go your own way sort of thing?
Aye.
And it fades out.
Aye. Once again, it's all prevalent towards time, which he now has a better appreciation for. It's not a schedule to live by. It's a gift to seize, man, I suppose. That's how it ends. We don't know where he goes, but I'd like to think that he followed her right up the road.
That's it.
They were a right good scene too.
You hope that he's learned his lesson, because there's the wee connection at the start. She was listening to Elvis. He gives that wee boy to Elvis. So it was like they were going to come together sort of thing.
Aye. That was all meant to be, but that was Castaway. It was an absolutely brilliant film. It was great to watch it again, because I honestly haven't watched it in maybe over 15 years.
Aye. I haven't seen it in fucking long enough.
And I forgot how good it was, because before I watched it again, I thought, it's a good film. Though. Probably going to be a 7.5 or some shit like that. But what you gain this one out of 10?
I'll get an 8.5, mate. An 8.5. I liked it, mate. Because obviously that new appreciation I've seen it for side of thing, you know what I mean?
I'll do the exact same as you, 8.5. Solid 8.5.
Oh, see what was hilarious, but see the director, he got asked at a Q&A thing. So what was inside the box? And he went like, oh, it was a waterproof solar powered satellite phone. Slap fucking yes.
That was a great answer.
Definitely, man.
Brilliant, man. So there we go, folks. As we said, Castaway. Thanks very much for watching again or listening. We're going to be on all the pods that you're used to, whether it be Spotify, Apple Music, Amazon, Deezer, anything at all. But get over to our YouTube, subscribe, and watch us as well. You'll be able to see our kind of props and shit, and see the interaction between me and Chris as well, which is quite good. I feel as well.
Yes, definitely. Have you decided on the next film?
That is your clue, people. That's not a clue at all. We're going to tell you. It's coming up for May the 5th. May the 4th, sorry.
May the 4th. Would have been a totally different film. That's what I fucking said.
Man, fucking Alec Guinness just fucking turned in his grave there. We are going to be doing our next film review is the original, Star Wars New Hope. Is that what we're going for?
Aye, let's do it.
To celebrate May the 4th as only we can. I don't know about props and shit, but I'm sure Chris will have the curtains drawn and have some lighty up things. I can't even whistle with my teeth on it. But Star Wars A New Hope, 1977, 1976, isn't it? 77?
Maybe, aye.
Anyway, before I was born, believe it or no, we'll be reviewing that. A film that I think you've seen about 1 million times, and I've seen 1 million times.
I've seen this on videotape, DVD, Blu-ray, and then streaming.
Aye, Jesus Christ, I seen it at Christmas as a wee boy and everything. And then, as you say, VHS, and I wore out the fucking trilogy. I had the trilogy on VHS, I wore them out. And then it was DVDs, then I sold my DVD, and blah, 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 it doesn't matter. So, Star Wars A New Hope. Thanks very much, everybody, for tuning in this week. We'll get some stuff up in the socials for this for next week. And please like, subscribe, share, leave a comment. If you've got any suggestions as well, we'd love to hear from them. But from myself, it is cheerio.
Aye, and for me, it's Cheery bye.
Oh, cheer bye. Well done.
And action!
You disgust me. Grow up.